I can pretend like I can talk.
You sound good. You sound better than last
So much better than last week. And I don't cough every sentence.
That's
so,
good.
I mean, that's a definite plus.
week. Yeah, you don't have a cough button either. So last week it was just,
Yeah, no cough
hi,
switch.
I'm Drew.
I was going to do something. I'm so much better. Cough, cough, cough.
Yeah, you do sound better though.
I do.
Yeah,
I am a bit better. I feel really good.
yeah.
I just can't talk.
Well, you sound better than you did on last Saturday.
Week, right? Yeah. And it's so. Oh, and last Saturday. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you had like no voice. I can tell.
Hey, girls. Camera's this way. Look at me. I'm right here.
Poor Drew trying to get the girls to pay attention to the camera. Just
Over here.
they were oblivious.
Oh, they were awesome though. They did great.
Yeah, they did good.
They did really good. But no, it was so funny. I was my mom's magazine had a. I guess some people don't know that my mom is the publisher of Christian Living magazine here in the Treasure Valley area, and they had their open house, which is like their big thank you event for all of the contributors and everything else, and. You know, she appreciates having a photographer in the family.
I'm sure.
So I get to, go to some of these and do some cover shots. It was actually kind of cool. 2 of my pictures made covers of 2 different magazines this month. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Idaho Family.
Yeah,
In fact, it's my kids. It's a picture of my kids on the cover of Idaho Family magazine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
Nice.
and now Christian Living magazine, I did the cover shot for that one as well. So that was pretty cool, having two of my pictures done on covers of magazines. And but no, I'm down there at this workshop talking with people, and this is people that I've known for a while. And they're like, "Wow, you're having a really hard time talking." I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay. It's not like I talk for a living."
Yeah, you only record audiobooks.
Yeah,
and
I only
do photography.
I only do voiceover and narrate audiobooks and host a podcast. It's not like I need to talk.
Nope,
I don't need this.
that's good. Well, I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing you talk anyways, so
Well, absolutely.
we get a break for a week or so.
You lucky bum.
That's nice.
Yeah, what about you, dude? Everything going good? You having a fun time? I like the Frodo Lives shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I had to wear it with the announcement of Amazon.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yes, I was so going to talk to you about that today too.
Yeah, so I've had this shirt forever. This is from some of the advertising from Fellowship. So I've had this, probably since I was like 16 or something.
And for those non-nerd types, hi Amber, that was Fellowship of the Rings,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Fellowship of the
the
Ring.
original
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
trilogy there.
yeah. So
Movie trilogy, not necessarily book trilogy. It would have been The Hobbit first.
yeah.
It wasn't a
Well, it
trilogy,
wasn't a
but-
trilogy. Yeah, I don't know how they made a 200-page book into 3 movies, but whatever.
They did it.
Yeah, if you're gonna,
You know how they did it is they put stuff in there that wasn't in that book,
yep,
and they, instead of like every Stephen King book that's ever been made a movie, instead of washing out 90% of it,
Yeah.
they actually used it
yeah, that's
fairly
true.
well.
Fair. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they messed up some stuff, but they're trying to add more action. It's not really an action story.
No.
It's more like a what's the word for it?
Coward is hiding in the invisible land story.
Yeah, and it's a children's book. Really, it's not an action book.
No, I mean it really isn't.
The
yeah.
Fellowship and the Two Towers and Return of the King, the trilogy, The Lord of the Rings, that was more for adults.
Right.
But The Hobbit was not for adults. It was for kids. So it's just a little different.
Yeah,
But I'm a little skeptical. I mean,
I am too.
have you heard when the setting is going to be?
No.
Okay.
No, let's
so
hear this.
yeah, so what they've done is they've decided that they're going to place this new TV series between the end of The Hobbit and the beginning of the Fellowship. So
That
they're
makes
kind of doing
sense, at
like
least.
Rogue One on us.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, it's
Because
just
that's what they did with like the Star Wars Clone War, no, not Clone Wars, but what's the other one? The other, it's a CGI done Star Wars one.
one of the TV shows from Disney. Yeah, Clone Wars was one of them.
Nah, not the Clone Wars one though, because that's not in between. That's during the Clone Wars. I mean, I guess it is between 2 and 3.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
There was another cartoon.
There is a show, and it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going right now.
And it's actually pretty good. But
And that's between the second episode and the third episode.
the other one is between the 3rd episode and the 4th.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, because Obi-Wan, I've seen some scenes from that.
Yep.
Like Obi-Wan fights Darth Maul again because Darth Maul didn't really die. And
yeah,
all
that's
that
in
kinda-
Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
But they're talking about doing a live action Star Wars show.
TV show? Okay. I wonder when in the universe.
I don't know.
They could do it anywhere, but
Right. They're not constrained to anything. They own it. They can do whatever they want.
yeah. That's,
And they're gonna.
They're gonna. Yeah, they
They're
want to
gonna.
make money.
I know people have got to be wondering. So I'm never looking at my camera. And I'm sure I watch the videos and I'm like, it looks really weird that I'm like turned sideways from where I'm at. Anthony is actually physically right there for me. So I was raised in like a farm family where you're talking with somebody, you look at them.
Yeah.
You try to look them in the eye or, blind their third eye by staring really hard or something.
Yeah.
And he's right there. So I have a tendency to look at the guy.
Yeah.
And I've thought maybe I should put the camera over here. And I might do that at some point.
That's not a bad idea. This room right there.
Yeah, we could totally do it on that table or something. That sounded wrong. We could totally fit a second camera on that table right there.
I'm not sure that sounds any better.
Fit a second camera. I think that sounds better than.
Well, in the context of doing it on the table, it's probably not the best.
No.
So, yeah. So that's how my week's gone. It's been pretty uneventful outside of that. We got family photos. That was amazing.
That was fun.
It was a good time. Yeah, and then the announcement on Lord of the Rings. And I've been playing some Counter-Strike still.
Nice.
I sent you some videos of
Yes,
that.
you did.
Just owning people.
Did you set your phone on our tripod for that?
No. What I need to do is start recording the actual in-game stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to do that well.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is really savvy with stuff like that. So he's going to...
You need to get a capture card and hook it up to your computer and run it through your computer so that you can actually get full res.
That's what I want to do.
Because we should do another podcast of you gaming stuff.
Yeah. I'm actually, it's funny because I was talking about the podcast. My son's, I'm saying an eventful week, actually. My son's birthday was, it's actually in a couple days.
Nice.
But he's turning 1. But we did like a super small little gathering with my boss and like their family. They have like little kids.
Yeah.
And then, so we did that. And then my boss was talking to me about, he's like, "You're doing a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we're talking about the podcast. And then he's like, "You should do like some stuff related to like what you're doing with the church on a podcast." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, or like a YouTube channel, like a how to.
Yeah, like how to grill some meat.
Yeah, and I could do that too.
We should.
I want to do that.
Let's do it.
So I don't know. Anyways,
I'm all for
that's
it.
off topic.
It is, but it's fun.
It's true.
Let's grill some meat.
Yeah, I need to, and I did.
We do need to. We need to have another barbecue.
Yes, Tom, Ethan Wedland's dad.
Yeah.
He brought me a shoulder clod because I'm going to be providing the food for the women's dinner,
Okay.
Christmas dinner, which Alicia is leading. And so he has this tumbler. He has this big. It's a dryer that doesn't dry anymore. It just turns. So he puts marinated meat inside bags inside the tumbler, so that it just gets beat up for like 30 minutes, and tenderized.
Yeah.
And so he threw this marinated shoulder clod, which is like a big roast from the cow, and into a bag with some marinade, beat it up, for 30 minutes, and then put it in the fridge for 2 days, and then gave it to me. So I grilled it up. I think it was on Saturday, and it took like, I don't know, 8 hours or so. And when it was all done, it came out really good.
Nice.
So I've been barbecuing.
That's awesome.
Just haven't been posting photos.
And I haven't been invited.
I'm sorry, dude.
I know. Whatever.
Soon.
It's
You had events on Saturday though, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I was sitting here talking like this the whole time. Like, hi, people. It's not like I talk for a living. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I've been smoking for 7 years.
Straight.
I'm 80. Right?
Just
It's
chain
never
smoking.
stopping. It's okay. And I was supposed to MC a kung fu event.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here come the kids. They're gonna do some kicks and stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys.
Did you back out?
Oh yeah.
There was no way.
I told them in the middle of the week, I'm like, my voice is shot. There's no way.
Yeah.
Hope you
Next
have
time.
a backup. And they're like, yeah, we do. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. All right. Just my voice just kept getting worse and worse. And Monday, it was like the worst that it had been. And I'm like, this better get better because I've got to be able to talk Wednesday. I'm like, we just changed the format a little bit. We just changed hosts. Like, we can't stop. We gotta go.
Well, that's how I was going into camp. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I have to sing in 13 days. I told the doctor that. He was like, good luck. Here's some medicine. You're not going to be ready. I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
and I wasn't.
No, and it's like today. It's like honestly, there were times throughout the day I'm like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it's finally just like, meh. At least it doesn't hurt to talk anymore today. Earlier today, it hurt to talk. I was like, I don't know that I can do this. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm good. No worries. But hey, let's get this pod started. We're like 15 minutes into it.
Sweet.
So yeah, let's get this pod started. You want to announce one and read one? It's yours. Do you like the title I gave that? Are you just now reading that title?
Yeah, I just read it right now.
That's awesome. It was like, you didn't tell me what to title it, so I'm like, I'm just going to do what I want.
He gassed him right in the face. That's good.
It fits.
Yeah, it does.
It fits. All right, well, let's start this thing.
Are you Tim the Tool Man
Jack
Taylor?
Black says no drum.
What?
No drum.
Nice.
I feel like Animal, dude.
Animal, yeah. Oh, wow.
I was trying to sing earlier. I'm like, there's no. You know when you have no voice and you try and you sound like the pitchiest version ever, and you're like, auto-tune couldn't fix this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
All right. All right, let's do this thing.
All right.
Maybe. Still not doing its thing. Hang on.
Oh,
the buttons aren't working. On this episode of Classless Chat.
He gassed him. He gassed him right in the face.
Right in the face. How soon is too soon? And we're going to discuss the movie 1922.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you are about to hear is the future of entertainment. May I present to you Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony.
I like to move my body.
Welcome all to Patio O'Malley's Patio Furniture Emporium and Pub,
It's been a while.
where you'll enjoy the comfort of fine, handcrafted patio furniture and a fine handcrafted pint. No blarney here. You can see the quality of our outdoor furnishings. Our lounge chairs are stout, and so is the ale.
So's the ale.
This week, when you buy a new patio swing, we'll help you swing even more when we throw in a keg of our finest brew. That's right, at Patio O'Malley's, only the finest patio furniture will do. No potatoes here. That's right, no potatoes. Take a swing at our leprechaun pinata. One smack with Patty's shillelagh and win 50% off your purchase. You'll find us downtown Boise. Call 208-555-5555.
Pretty sure this is right.
That's right, Patio O'Malley's Patio Furniture Emporium and Pub. You'll find the luck here today.
And just
No
super
leprechauns will
dark.
hurt them and make you
Oh, yeah. I love that meme that I sent you. It's like the hands are like just covered in oil, like black oil. They're pitch black. You can't see skin anywhere. It's like when you just barely touch your humor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Mine's on the darker side. That's for sure.
is.
Yeah. Any jokes about potato famines are fine by me.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's not too soon.
Not well, no. No. Never. I ask Amber that all the time, like, too soon? And every now and then she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a little bit on the soothing side.
Yeah.
Well, hey, welcome to Classless Chat. My name is Voiceless Drew. This is my cohort,
Ant Honey.
Ant Honey.
Yeah. Today.
With
Tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. He'll be here all week.
Yep.
He's wearing glue pants.
Yeah, I'm wearing my glue pants from work.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
It sounds really dirty, actually.
Yeah. Well, we spill a little here, spill a little there.
It's not helping.
No. These pants look pretty bad. I wore them to dinner today. I just didn't care.
You went to a Japanese steakhouse, didn't you?
Well, Kona, it's not really a Japanese steakhouse.
Okay.
I guess it kind of is.
All right. Do they cook it on your table, like at the table?
No, that's different.
Okay, so
it's not like a Benihana's or something.
Yeah.
No, it's just a sushi place. It's good though. I mean, it's a chain, but it's still good.
I like sushi.
I mean, they have everything. They have flatbreads.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Yeah, so they have like pizza and stuff. So it's a chain, but it's still good though.
Did you hear from your buddy in Aussie land to see if we can get some of that Coke with coffee?
I need to contact him directly. I forgot. I'll send him a message right now.
Killing me. It's like we've either been sick or busy this week. That's unacceptable.
I know. I'm sorry.
We can't do that
right now. I'll sign Cody Del Caro.
Hey, what does somebody who barely has a voice back sound like going through a tube amp? This is what somebody sounds like going through a tube amp. Ta-da!
Yeah. You do sound a little hollow right now.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I guess hollow's better than shallow, but I don't know.
So what is it? Coffee flavored Coca-Cola?
No, yeah, it's Coke with coffee, no sugar added. They seriously brew coffee and put that in with the Coca-Cola.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the UK has one that is a sugar added, so where it's like fully sweetened because UK, everything's got to rot your teeth or it's not good. And in Australia, it is no sugar added.
Weird.
So, yeah, but it's not here in the States.
Well, I just asked Cody, so maybe he'll get back to me.
Cody, why aren't you listening to the podcast?
I actually have another friend who lives in Australia.
Really?
Yeah. So I can ask her too.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then one of my friends is from Australia, so he has family there.
And we were asking Jason Vare, my buddy Jason Vare in the UK, we were asking him to send us something. Was it the cakes?
Yeah, Battenberg cake.
Battenberg cake, because there's like a packaged Battenberg cake that you can do.
Yeah, please send that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Message me, Jason, and I will get you the address.
Yeah, and if you feel like sending scotch from
Dude, yeah, if you can find
Speyside or something.
Oh, baby. Jason, you will be our best friend forever. Forever. We will play every one of your new singles when it comes out.
Preferably something like maybe Macallan or
Now, see, what's really funny is we're talking about that here, and we're gonna be like, yeah, that's right, we're all sophisticated. And you get those guys over there, and they're like, well, that's a Bud Light.
Yeah,
That's garbage.
Cody already responded to me. I said, "Hey, do you have access to Coke with coffee?" ? And he goes, "Yeah, bro. Why?"
Yes, love it. Send it. Send. We'll PayPal you.
How much?
Right. We'll PayPal friend thing you.
PayPal you.
Right. To send a couple. Send it.
To send a couple.
Man, that's awesome.
To the States.
That would be so good. I would totally try that. I don't even drink pop. I haven't had a pop in like 4 years.
Whoa.
And I would totally do that.
That sounds like really horrible.
It was so funny because we have Dr. Pepper in there, and I'm like, if I just drank one of those, it would strip everything off my throat and I could talk.
Yep.
But I haven't had one in so long, and I know myself.
Yep.
I am that personality. Pop is my drug.
Yeah.
And if other than coffee, other than that, seriously, it's like I'll have one and be like, oh, that wasn't bad. That didn't do anything to me. And then next thing you know, I'm having 2 or 3. And I'm back to 2 or 3 a day. And not 2 or 3 liters like you were at one point.
Yeah.
No, just like 2 or 3 cans a day. And seriously, I hadn't had a craving even for pop until I started working on one of my cars. Seriously, my dad and I, when I was growing up, whenever the hood got popped on a car, pop came out. It wasn't the beer. I mean, we're backwoods, I guess, but it wasn't that bad. It was just he'd grab a Diet Pepsi or whatever, and I'd grab a Coke or a Pepsi, and we'd drink it. And yes, you are the man.
I'm going to say that right now.
Love it. Yes, we might get to try this. Awesome. But yeah, and so I open up the hood on the car and instantly like the craving, like, oh, I've got to have a pop. I've got to have a Pepsi. I need it. I need it bad. I'm jonesing. They're going to put me in rehab. Something.
Dude, I'm the worst. I went a long time without drinking soda, and I just fall off the wagon all the time. And then I'll drink, if I'm driving down the road, I see McDonald's. And out here, it's not the same in like California or other parts of the country where you pay like $2, $2.50 for a soda at a fast food place.
It's $1.
Out here, it's $1 for the largest drink. So I'll just drive through the drive-thru and grab a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That's like...
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I like Dr. Pepper. It's good.
It's 23 flavors of fun.
Yeah, that's right. I even like Mr. Pibb.
I don't.
I'm okay with it. It's good. Probably my favorite is Dr. Pepper, though.
See, I always feel like you get ripped off with Mr. Pibb. It's not terrible, but if you're expecting Dr. Pepper and they bring you Mr. Pibb...
Yeah, especially if they don't ask you if it's okay.
Right. There's a definite
You're
difference.
like, this
Now,
is
I have people say that with like Sprite and 7-Up, and I'm like, I can't tell. It's lemon, lime, and carbonated. Who knows?
Yeah.
But Mr. Pibb versus Dr. Pepper, major difference.
Yeah, I agree. They taste way different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Expect nothing more time. Yeah. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't punch someone over it, though.
No.
I have some friends who are like, this isn't right. They rage. I couldn't do that. I don't care that much. It's just soda.
I always find it weird. I like to throw kids off. You see like the teenagers. You're like, how many ounces is that? Well, it's a medium. That's awesome. How many ounces? It's like this big.
Yeah.
Is that a 20 ounce? Can I just see the cup? Yeah, it's a 20 ounce. Really? Yeah.
Yep.
Really? You know what? I'm going to pay with credit card today because I don't want you to screw up my change. You know?
Yeah.
That's been one. I've had those too where you're like, they're trying to figure out the math and they pull the manager over and you're like, it's this. And he goes, well, are you sure? Positive, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that my $9.49, or I love it, $9.51 bill paid with $10.01 is 50 cents in change. Pretty dang sure about that one.
That's good. Oh boy.
He always throws them off though, you know?
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
I like different places that are starting to be smarter about how they charge. Like, for example, like Dutch Brothers, everything's in 25-cent increments.
Right.
And then all of their tips are $1, $2, $3.
Yep.
It's so easy. It's like,
It is.
the drink I want is $3.75 and I can give $1 tip if I want.
Yep.
It's easy.
It is. It is. And that's the thing is like when I go to a coffee shop, and I got to be careful because I have a friend who owns a coffee shop, but I'll just be honest and they know I do it. They never talked about it. But if I order for myself, I leave $1 tip. If I order for 2 or 3 people, it's $2.
Yeah.
If it's a group thing, then it's either $3 or 15%, depending on which is greater.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things like, nah, I'll just, if it's just me, it's $1. Because $4 coffee drink, I don't need to give you $2 for that.
No.
But if I do, 2 $4 coffee drinks and, they're nice, they're not sitting there complaining at you or something like, Drew, okay, fat guy in little coat on the cup, then yeah, I'll leave him a decent tip.
I think it drives people crazy, but I'm the kind of tipper who, like, I look at it and I'll go, okay, this is like 15 to 18% right here, and then I'll just round up to the next dollar.
That's exactly
I
what
do that so often. So like my transactions on my
exactly
credit
what I
card
do.
look ridiculous, and I always know when something's not mine because I'll be like, oh, this is okay. Lunch was this much. I'll just make it $55. Like if I take a couple guys from the office out to lunch, or if I take a customer to lunch, and I just make it an even number. So when I'm looking at the credit card
exactly what I
statements,
do.
I can tell what's not mine, and I'll go, hey, this is yours, obviously not mine. Where's the receipt for this?
So this brings up a good question. Now, people in the chat room, go ahead and comment in on this one because I'm curious to see what people think on this. So when you're at a restaurant and you give a tip, No, I don't care. If the service is terrible, I'll leave a 15% tip. Otherwise, I tend to leave closer to 18% tip.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 20% depending on how good it was, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. Do you do your tip based on pre-tax or post-tax?
Oh, post-tax. So it's actually even higher.
Right, and see, I don't. In fact, in the state of Idaho, you cannot, not you, the restaurant legally cannot request and recommend that it's done after tax.
Interesting.
And yet almost all restaurants in Idaho do.
Weird.
Which is really, really weird. Because it's like, why am I tipping on top of what even that restaurant doesn't see? It goes directly to the government.
Yeah.
That's not what they're charging. And I'm sorry, when you talk about 6% and you're talking about $50, you're talking about like an extra $1 tip.
Yeah. It adds up.
It does. It really does. But I'll sit there and I'll do it pre-tax and I'll fill it out and I give them 18%. And at that point, if they look at it post-tax, which they do, they look at it and it's like 15%. And I get eye rolls and like, ugh. And it's like, well, one, that's 15%. That means you did a good job. Now, in today's market, they actually expect 18.
Yeah.
18 is the new 15, which I think is ridiculous for one thing, but they do. The prices of food is so much more expensive. 15% is still fine. But, and I say this as somebody who worked as a server within the last 10 years, grew up in restaurants. I understand the game. Yes, 15% is fine. You want to complain about it? Email me, classlesschat@gmail.com. I'm happy to talk with you about this.
Alicia, go ahead and email him. I know you've been doing this a lot, not that recently, but
I mean, seriously though, I mean, it's 15% is fine because I mean, I'm sorry, bacon and eggs is $9 now.
yeah, it's not cheap.
Food is not cheap anymore, and yeah, the cost of living goes up, but it's 15% is still fine because that has gone up as well. So I mean, but I still try to tip around 18% anyway.
Yeah, me too.
But I do it before tax. Because that tax shouldn't change that. That being said, you know, a lot of restaurants give out those like the buy 10 get one free.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Mexican restaurant calls them their amigo card.
Nice.
I'm an amigo. I got this body for a reason. And I mean, I make sure that I know what the total was before the freebie, and I tip off of what the original total was. Because it's not their fault that it's not the server's fault that I got a free meal. Or somebody in my party of 6 got a free meal.
Yeah.
You know, so I make sure that they get their full tip.
I used to only tip 15 when I lived in California. Probably like if it was like not good service, I would tip 15. But they were also making minimum wage in California, where in Idaho they make less here.
Yeah, there's a server's minimum wage, which I think right now is like $3.25 an hour, which is ridiculous.
Low. They don't make any money on their checks.
No.
It gets eaten up by taxes. But yeah, don't get me started on taxes.
No. No, I won't.
That's a dark path. That's not a good idea.
This is not the conversation you're looking for.
No. But yeah, but since I moved to Idaho, I pretty much minimum 18 because I know they're not making anything on their check. So
Right.
And so if, if the service is not good, then I'll go 15, but that's like bad service.
And that's the thing, and that's kind of what I base it on. And I typically try to do,
because they're getting taxed on that regardless, because a lot of restaurants report the taxes based on their sales.
They do.
So it's like if you stiff a tip, you're basically taking money away from them.
Yeah, you are.
Because they're going to have to pay regardless of if they receive that tip, unless they track every single day.
Now, I worked at, and this was a chain restaurant, and so they had systems in place for that. But if you got stiffed, you let your manager know, and they put that in the system, and it got reported that you didn't actually make money on that, so that you didn't get taxed on that one, so that you didn't lose money. Because you do. Literally, if you don't give a tip, or if you give, the meanest thing you can do is give a penny. Because if they actually are honest and say, yeah, I got a penny, they're taxed on the whole thing. And so, yeah, it really sucks.
Man, that's brutal.
Anyway.
Yeah,
so it's been fun. I've been playing more D3. I have tried every character.
Yeah. And you're still stuck with the Necromancer?
The Necromancer is the only way to go with this. I mean, I've been playing the Barb for a little bit, and I'm like, that's okay. I did they don't call it a Paladin anymore. They call it a Crusader.
Yep.
And that was all right. I've never been good as a wizard or a warlock or whatever they want to call them. That has never been my class. Yeah. And I've gone through it and I'm like, this is actually probably one of the better ones. But I still don't play well as that, and it's not my thing. So I'm not into that. I tried the monk. It was just dud.
Yeah.
I tried the witch doctor, which I've gotten pretty far with the witch doctor because that's fairly similar to the necromancer.
Yeah.
But still, bleh. And I think that's all of them, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
And seriously, necro is the way to go.
Yeah. How's it going? Are you like getting through Nightmare now?
I mean, actually, I haven't even started Nightmare yet.
Oh.
I just went through and I'm like, I'm going to try the other ones and just see. And I've been playing here and there, and it's like, meh.
Yeah.
Meh. I'm getting ready to start that back up again and go with Nightmare.
Are you playing single player?
Yeah.
Okay. Multi, you can get into like the ladders and all that stuff, but it's pretty crazy.
It is. Well, that was the thing is like, I want to get into the multiplayer, but I'm like, it's the same character. So you can actually build your character up in single player and then take it multi.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
At least I think so. Well, that's how it was.
I'm not sure if it is anymore or not.
Yeah, I don't know. And nobody's telling me. And nobody's talking about how they tip either. So, meh.
Everyone's just like, wow, guys, get on to something interesting.
No
Why are you
kidding.
talking about taxes?
We don't care about this stuff.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
suck.
And now we're talking about video games again.
Yeah.
So
We
we should start a little section of video game stuff.
Yeah, we should. Boom, doom.
IEM is happening in Oakland right now. Professional Counter-Strike.
Yeah. You bum.
Yeah. So
You suck.
why?
I don't know.
I'm just following it. I watched SK mop it up. They're a Brazilian team. They're really good.
Well, and BlizzCon was what, last week or was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, I think.
2 weeks ago was BlizzCon. There's been a couple other big events that have happened in the last like month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's been a lot of gaming stuff, and, you know, we both do a bit of that.
Yeah.
My brother seems to think that I do a lot more than I do. He sends me texts all the time, like, Amber says, I hate the tip, and I leave it for you to fill out for me. It's true.
Nice.
She does. But no, my brother will send me a text. He's like, dude, this game is on Xbox One. You know, if you got EA access, which I have, and Prime or whatever it is, and blah 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 blah, gold with benefits or what, I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, if you have all this stuff, you can get this game for like $15, and I'm like, meh. And a lot of it is like with my kids around, I'm not playing a lot of that. Like Diablo is pushing it, like it's really pushing it.
It can get pretty.
It gets pretty gory,
Yeah.
but it's all cartoon, and it's very obvious that it's all cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Mario Brothers cartoon, but it's cartoon. Whereas like the CODs and things like that, it's meant to look like actual soldiers and real people, and I don't want to do that to my kids.
No.
You know, that's it's like I still have a 7-year-old, and Ellie's here all the time, and she's 5, and she'll be 6 in next month, but still, she's 5. We don't need to do a lot of this crap with a 5-year-old around the house.
Yeah.
So we don't. So yeah,
Probably a good call.
probably a good call. So that's what we do. But you know what? Why don't we get into this? Let's do some stuff. You want to do some stuff?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Let's do some
I'll
stuff.
pull up this one. So since I
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
Now I feel like this is me today, and I was afraid that like we were gonna have the situation with myself here. Even Amber noticed this. I don't know what happened. So the doctors think I might have Crohn's.
Oh no.
Because I mean it could be a mild. In some ways it's not mild, but in other ways it's mild. And I'm like, what the crap does that mean? They're like, in the ways that it destroys your digestive system and everything, it's really mild. You're okay. But you have some of the other symptoms that make it to where it's not fun.
Okay.
Where's that plan from?
On here.
Yours,
It
okay.
needs to be muted.
And so that, and you top that off with, I have celiac, and I can sometimes crop dust really well. And so
I've never noticed.
my favorite airplane is the crop duster. I imitate it all the time.
Yeah.
And so today has been one of those days. It's been like, dear God, either have Anthony come with a cold or stop my bowels.
And we're stuck in this room.
Sometimes.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, she says
She
something.
says sometimes. Amber comes on here and says, sometimes.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm not always gaseous. I'm not Ellie. Ellie can strip the paint off anything. I mean, seriously, I'm tempted to rent her out to house painters, and they can stick her by the side of the house and shake her a little bit, and the paint just falls off, so they're ready to go. No more power washing and worrying if it's dry enough. No more of that crap. It's just done.
My youngest daughter has some rank gas. Sometimes, like, my eyes will water.
Daddy,
A couple times.
there's a spider ghost in front of the body.
That's true. She did say that. At school the other day, they said they multiple times they thought that she pooped her pants, so they had to keep checking because they thought it smelled that bad.
That is awesome.
I'm like, oh, my daughter, she takes after me. That's good. Yeah, so I guess I could move on to this story. So I saw this story popped up on Facebook, and I was just laughing hysterically because this is just like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. So, police suspects overwhelming gas shuts down interrogation. This was on November 10th, so really recent. So Kansas City, Missouri, a police interrogation of a Kansas City man charged with drug and gun offenses ended prematurely when the investigator was driven from the room by the suspect's excessive flatulence.
Hold on, I got this. Here we go. Let's do it.
Oh no. Nice. Yeah, sound effects.
Yeah.
So, a detective reported that when asked for his address, 24. I know this is very immature. Okay, that's bad. When asked for his address, 24-year-old Sean Sykes Jr. leaned to one side of his chair and released a loud fart before answering. The Kansas City Star reports that Sykes continued to be flatulent and that the detective was forced to quickly leave and end the interview. I'm logging this one in the back of my head for that random moment when I like become a serial killer later in life.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting interrogated so I can just, Nice. Where did you get that thing?
That was in my stocking last Christmas.
Oh my gosh. This is like a little sound effect thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I just thought that was a really funny story because it almost seems like he did it purposely. Like he's just like, I'm just gonna lean to one side.
But you don't want to push too hard.
No. Yeah, that could have been bad. Oh man, that's
my
pretty
gosh.
funny though.
So Amber's big thing. Amber's big thing is serial killers.
Oh yeah.
Like she is fascinated. Not in the sense that she is becoming and grooming to be one,
Yeah.
but her thing is psychology, right? She's she's finishing up school for counseling and psychology work. And she's always been fascinated with what got these people there. And there's a new show on Netflix called Mindhunter.
Oh,
Mindhunter. And we finished the first season. And it's one of those like, no, don't be done. What do I keep hearing? I wonder if the kids are making noise or something. But no, it's one of those things like, no, but it's back. And it's all about how the FBI started doing the investigations and started profiling and figuring out the psychology behind what made a serial killer tick and how they got there so that they could start doing some of this like, well, based on this and this and this would appear to be a mid-20s to mid-30s Caucasian male who, his mom beat him, his dad left him, his mom beat him when he was a child, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever that stuff was.
Yeah.
And it's all about, I think it's based on true, like actual stuff, because they are actually interviewing, and it goes in there, and all of the serial killers that they talk to are actual serial killers. It's not the real people, it's actors.
Yeah.
But it's all based on the real people.
Whoa.
And it's awesome. It was
I can't watch stuff like that.
spectacular.
Stuff like that bugs me.
You didn't kill animals when you were a kid, did you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I feel safe now.
No. But no, I can't watch stuff like that.
No?
No. Although on a weird, kind of related note to that, did you see the news that like some like really, really psycho serial killer
Is it in Florida?
No, he escaped. He escaped like a hospital facility that he was in since like 1980 in
Whoa.
Honolulu, and then somehow with an alias and help from like some doctors, got like a fake ID and ended up flying to the States and got off a plane in San Jose or Sacramento, and no one knows where he is.
Whoa.
And so there's this like crazy serial killer like that just got out loose
Nope,
in
didn't hear
California.
this. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he had like befriended some people like nurses or something within the facility he was in, and he had escaped basically with their help, and they gave him cash and everything.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so some people are going down big time.
That is crazy.
But he got off on means of insanity. He
Yeah.
had killed he killed somebody back in the 80s or something. So he's out. Some crazy psycho got out.
And see, there's currently one in Florida.
Really?
Uh-huh.
A serial killer in Florida that they are trying to track down?
Just killed again today.
Really?
Or they just reported it again either yesterday or today, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Amber's keeping me apprised on this, so.
Anyway.
And she just texted or messaged in saying, yes, it is based on the real deal. And it is exciting.
We just went from farts in the interrogation room all the way to psycho serial killers.
Yeah.
That's a very large leap.
I don't know. You said when you were, if you ever get committed or questioned for being a serial killer. So
Oh yeah.
it really wasn't. I mean, it was on topic for where you went.
Yeah, I was a little dark. In more ways than one. Okay.
You're olive.
That's true.
You're not white. You're olive.
I am.
Don't be so racist.
I'm very racist sometimes. Sorry.
Jerk.
But I'm not really.
No. Let's move on. Let's do this one.
Drew, shut up and let me watch the movie.
Fine.
I love it. That's so good.
And it's so true too.
Why do you talk through the movie?
It depends.
Oh, that's mean.
I try not to, but
So 1922.
1922.
Stephen King.
I try really hard not to, but when it's things that are like inaccurate or like so far fetched,
Yeah.
it's like, how many bullets come out of that 15-round magazine?
Yeah, like they just keep firing
Yeah,
and firing and firing.
fully automatic.
Endlessly. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's the Matrix.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's awesome.
So yes, this week it was 1922, which is Stephen King on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Yeah.
I am, based on what you said to me yesterday, I have a feeling that you and I are similar but slightly different. So I want to hear what did you think on this?
This is not a movie that I would have typically watched on my own.
Oh, all right.
So, I'm just not I'm not a huge Stephen King fan in general. My wife is. But I know his stuff is good. And so I'm watching the movie, and probably my gripes about it were,
Excuse me.
the actor who played the main in the...
It's kind of hard to understand.
Yeah, I couldn't understand him sometimes. There was certain, he would say something, and I'd go, what did he just say? And I couldn't understand him at all. Like, if you're laying the accent on that
I
thick...
said, damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Go get me some propane and propane accessories.
Yeah. It was a pretty thick one. It wasn't quite a Boomhauer level.
No.
But it was pretty bad.
It was pretty thick.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Good movie. I would say I didn't like the ending.
I didn't either.
I thought the ending could have been better.
A lot.
Yeah. So it just left it kind of open. I think he just kind of went insane.
I would agree.
So they weren't really there. I think he was just seeing that in his mind,
Right.
imagining it.
I would agree. Now, were the rats there? That would be the question.
Yeah, I don't think they were either.
I don't think so either.
So I think he was imagining the rats, and he got traumatized because of seeing the rat.
And being bit by the rat.
And being bit by the rat, yeah. I think that was all hallucinations.
You think that being bit by a rat was a hallucination?
No, I think he lost his hand from actually being bit by something.
Okay, right.
Or he thought he did, but he had gone insane, so he might have cut himself on something and thought he was bit.
Sure.
And just imagined it. And so the rats are becoming a more prominent thing, and they're all over the place.
I get it.
And so then he lost his hand because of it, And I think that was a hallucination because he had so much like gangrene and
I would go with that totally. The only thing that would make me question is when the dead wife talks to him and tells him about his son.
Yeah.
That part,
but if you've gone insane, you could recreate that event in the past.
Yeah,
in your mind. And since he was doing like some flashback stuff, I felt like that
it could have easily been.
Yeah, that he was told that it happened.
The whole thing was a flashback.
Yeah, the whole thing was a flashback. That's true from the very beginning. But I don't think that he really understood that he created that later as how he
and he could have, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't think that the ending he's really going to get attacked. I think that's really just him imagining it.
Yeah.
But he's confessing.
Right.
And I think I'm not sure how it really ends, but I'm sure it's suicide or something.
Probably. That was the thing, is like the movie, it went along really well.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Yeah, the very end was just...
It was a letdown.
It was
like,
very
wait
rushed.
a minute.
But yeah, I didn't like that. So, I mean, how many spoilers can we give?
I wouldn't say what happened at the end. That's for sure.
I won't say. So I thought the ending was like, that was probably the biggest letdown. If I could have ended it, I would have ended it differently.
Yeah.
But the rest of the film was actually pretty good, and it paced well. It was well written. It was well casted, I thought.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watch even the preview thing on Netflix, you know basically what happens. The guy kills his wife to get the land. His wife is inherits the land, and he wants to keep it within the family with his son. She wants to sell it. Was that you breathing?
Yeah, it must have been.
Okay, because I'm like, the crap am I hearing?
It's like right in my face this week.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I usually keep it back a little further.
Yeah.
So let me try that.
Okay, because it's like, what do I keep hearing? But no, so he ends up killing his wife to keep the land so he can give it away to his son. And I mean, the way that they do it, especially back then, when they don't have all the forensic stuff to be able to check for blood and do this other thing, it was really good. It was super smart. They almost got caught on one piece, but he did enough anyway to where it worked out.
Yeah.
And then, come to the very end of it, after he loses his hand, it works out anyway, and he's off completely scot-free.
Yeah.
Other than he and his son have gone insane.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, his son in different ways.
Right.
But, yeah.
His son in grief, and the guy, I think also in grief, but I think it was PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD.
And, I can't believe I just did that, and it just haunts him. Literally haunts him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. And then I think he's in like a hotel room.
It seemed like it,
at the end.
Yeah.
And so seeing things that aren't there, you can tell he's gone totally insane. So it's and everything that he was trying to prevent from happening happened. Everything.
Well, it was even worse than it would have been.
And yeah, way.
That's the thing, is it's like the guy has no luck, does the wrong thing. All of the bad stuff ends up happening anyway. Loses his friend, loses everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just meh.
Yep.
But it was a great movie up until the ending. The ending was very, very much... I really feel like in a book setting, how Stephen King writes, because this is a Stephen King thing, there was probably so much detail. That ending part was probably like 5 pages.
Yeah, probably.
That they did in like 30 seconds. Because it's all details. And it was probably like, the room dropped ice cold as the door handle began to rattle.
Yeah.
And with the rats squirming between my toes. And, whatever. Going through a lot of this stuff. And, it was probably this really beautifully laid out scene that you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel this. And then it just happens. And you're like, what happened? Like, did it really happen? Did it not happen? I can see you just getting into the suspense of how it's written. And they put it on film, and it's like, barf.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. That, a 2-year-old could have written that better.
Probably. We're criticizing one of the greatest authors ever, but it's just
the thing
film.
is, though, I'm not criticizing him. I'm saying the actual book itself, like his writing was probably phenomenal. This stuff is always based on the book.
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see if this is a book first, but I would assume it's a book first.
I'm pretty sure it is.
And, if it is, it's probably one of those things that, again, it's probably beautifully written and well done and well constructed. And the movie just tanked it. I mean, it's just one of those things that it just is like it didn't translate well into film and they needed to adjust it. And I have a feeling, because a lot of Stephen King stuff ends like this, turns out this way. And I think a lot of it is and I have nothing to back this up. This is my personal take, my personal opinion. I have a feeling that he is such a stickler saying, no, my name is here. It is a Stephen King. You end it like the book. You do it like the book says.
Yeah.
And it needs to be flared up, and he says no. That's my guess.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think the reviews that I saw on it too were a little harsh, because I thought it was I thought it was better than people were saying. Like if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, it's pretty bad. It's like 6 out of 10.
That's not terrible, but it's not good.
No, it's not good either. But yeah, you can't tell what it says on Netflix anymore. But
no, you can online if you go to like the actual website.
Okay, got it.
If you do it on your phone or on your Xbox or on anything else, no, you can't. I would say out of 5, we've always done 5 stars here. Up to the ending, I would give it 4. The ending, I would give like a 2.
Yeah.
And so you balance it out, I'm going to say it's like a 3.
Yeah.
Which is 6 out of 10. Because the ending influences so much of it. It's like you're feeling a certain way, and then all of a sudden it's just done. And it's very, there was no climax there.
Well, and I thought in the beginning of the movie, I thought I saw him holding a revolver. So
You might have actually,
when he was in the hotel. And so I was kind of like, I think I know how this ends. And then when it didn't end like that,
it's like, well, did it really though?
Yeah, did it? Maybe he's just leaving it open ended.
And he probably did.
Yeah,
and they probably did. But still, I was so unsatisfied with that. Like I said, rest of the movie 4, ending 1 or 2. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars.
The things I'm reading online, it's 3.8.
Yeah.
So for the book too.
Oh, really?
So even the book didn't get like 5-star reviews.
Well, yeah, that's not whatever.
It's not that uncommon.
So what would you rate this as? Frodo. Which I think is hilarious because we tease him about being Frodo because
I've been getting that my entire life. I've been the Elijah Wood look-alike my entire life. Yeah. I think
does that make me your Samwise?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, Mr. Frodo. No, you can't do this alone.
That's amazing.
Let me carry your bags.
That's awesome. No, I
was Rudy.
some of the stuff on here is pretty brutal. Like I'm reading some of the reviews online. It's like horrible story, well written, but not a good story. Like some of the stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's Stephen King. He gets more credit than he should because of his name. Sometimes, I guess. Maybe we're overrating it because of who wrote it. I don't know. I think I agree with you. Up until the very end of the story, the last 30 seconds, I would say it's a 4.
I would say, yeah, the last 30 seconds to a minute and a half, something like that. Because it really does. It feels like you're ready for this giant climax.
Yep.
And
yeah. And I mean, it's a little scary, I would say. And the ending is like, wow. Like,
yeah, I mean,
if you saw what could have taken place there, that would have been much more intense.
Yes.
But they just left it there. Hanging.
Right. And so I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to code this in a way that where you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If instead of if they had, then it would have made sense.
It would have been.
And then it went black right there. That would have made it.
Yeah. It's like the Sopranos ending.
See, I never watched The Sopranos.
Okay, so in the Sopranos ending,
I was more of an alto.
You don't see what happens. You're more of an alto. I thought I would have taken you for a baritone.
Maybe. How's that? Lower.
No. Yeah.
How's that, baby?
That's awesome. I am a true tenor. What was I going to say? Oh yeah,
it's like the Sopranos ending. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's like the Sopranos ending. You either I don't think anybody loved it. I think everybody hated the ending.
Probably.
One of the greatest shows of all time, according to most critics.
Sure.
The ending really pissed a lot of people off.
Okay, so for me, now, it's really funny. Noah Wyle, I like Noah Wyle. When he does a good role in a good show, he's fantastic. When he's in super cheesy crap, I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
But Falling Skies. Did you ever watch Falling Skies? Okay, I think it was a TNT thing. It was awesome. Alien invasion already happened. You're in the middle of like the war. And he was a history teacher. Noah Wyle was a history teacher, and he ends up being a commander in like the revolution of trying to overthrow this stuff. And it's like 4 or 5 seasons of trying to overthrow and win back Earth over these aliens.
Yeah.
And the graphics, you can tell the budget goes down every year. The graphics get a little bit worse.
Oh, no.
Storyline gets a little bit more faded. And seriously, the last episode was the biggest pile of crap.
Yeah.
And I am not the only one to say that. Everyone, every review I have ever seen on it ruined the entire flipping series. Like to the point now that knowing how it ends, I'm not sure that I could go back and watch it again and feel okay.
Oh.
Like that's how bad it was.
I hate it when they do that to good shows.
Yeah.
I'm actually really afraid that's what they're going to do to Game of Thrones. Because
And they might.
yeah, so I'm very much a late comer to the show. Like I only started watching it in season, I think 5, end of 5.
Okay.
Is when I started watching it, and so I've seen all of it now. I own all of it now, except for the last season, which isn't out yet. But like I have an idea. I have a few theories about how it ends, and
You're afraid it's going to get bad.
if it ends the way I think it's going to end,
You'll be pissed.
I'm going to be mad.
See, and like, so Ray Donovan, which my brother's worked on since the beginning, is moving to New York this year. And so he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be working on it now. Because all of his stuff everything is in LA. He's like, I work in Hollywood. I don't know that I can go and live in New York for 6 months.
Yeah, that's tough.
Leave my wife, who, is an associate director at UCLA. She can't go with him.
No.
So, he'd have to be away from his wife for 6 months to go and work on that show. He's like, I don't know if I can do it. Which, I mean, isn't like the ending is going to change it or anything, but they're changing the setting of it. And it's just, there's so many, Hollywood does so many changes on things that it's like, meh. And you talk about all the scandals coming out right now. And even some of the fake scandals that are in the sexual harassment suits coming out. Like George Takei even got accused. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
And he came out and everything is like, there's no evidence. This never happened. I never did this. There's no one corroborating this. There's no witnesses. I swear, this is not me. I never would have done anything like this. And believe it or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of does. It can affect your opinion on somebody, which I think is the thing, is they want to make money and do some defamation of character.
Yeah.
Why else would you wait 30 years? If it ever even happened.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, it sucks. You want to believe the victims, but if someone is pretending to be a victim, that means the victim is the person who's being accused.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're sitting here like, crap. It's if people come out and lie about this stuff, it really just destroys the credibility and it hurts the people who actually were hurt by this crap.
Yeah, the people who actually suffered under this stuff, they're the ones who now end up being afraid to say stuff because somebody else lied. Mm-hmm. And so it discredits everyone and really in our justice system, unfortunately, it's not a very easy thing to prove.
No.
And you have issues where people do stuff like that where they're attention seeking and things like that, and it can ruin people's lives.
It can. Oh, it absolutely can.
There was a college football player who went to jail for 4 years.
Yep. And never did anything.
And he never did anything. And then what happened to the gal who accused him? Nothing.
Right.
And in my opinion, that's really unfair.
Yes, it is.
But
you can't ruin someone's life for 4 years and get away with it, scot-free.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like cool. There's an article. In fact, an article I almost chose for this week was is coming out of the UK, and they did a study, and it said that people who get in heart attacks in crowded places, like with groups of people, 59% of men get CPR assistance right away. Women, it's like 34%.
Oh my god.
And they're saying, you know, well, what is the reason behind this? And so, like, they have an expert, and the expert's like, I think people are afraid that I don't want to open her shirt. I don't want to touch her breast. You know, people are afraid of offending the woman. No, it's bullshit. It's total bull crap. It is.
Yeah.
It's just bull. They don't want to get sued for sexual harassment. That is 100% what it is.
Yeah.
People, guys especially, are afraid to touch women, even to help them, because there are so many people who just want money. And even if you saved their life, they will sue you for sexual harassment.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
I can't afford the medical bills. I can't afford the trip in the ambulance and the stay in intensive care. I can't afford all this stuff. You broke a couple of my ribs doing CPR. So not only was it sexual harassment, but it's also assault.
Yeah.
I mean, guys are afraid of that. Men are so afraid of women because all they have to do is say, he touched me, and our lives are over.
Yeah, if you do anything like with kids or like in ministry, it's over.
It is absolutely
You
all.
can't
Nothing has to happen. Doesn't even have to be proved.
Yep.
You're accused, and it's over.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
it's one of those things like
I
ugh.
lead the music, all the worship ministry for the summer camp for
Yep.
Foursquare Northwest District.
Which is youth group stuff, guys.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
youth group.
junior high and high school.
Yeah. One accusation, I wouldn't be able to do it.
One accusation, and you wouldn't be able to probably be in ministry at all.
Yeah, probably not.
Just what it is.
Yeah, it sucks.
It does. It absolutely sucks, but it is the world that we live in, and it sucks because we have put things into place to where you can't do anything. We're too afraid of consequences for doing something good. You know, you help somebody, you're afraid it's going to come out bad, which is actually really funny. Brings up a point for me. One of the things Amber always laughs about me is there's always a history lesson. Drew, you always give me a daily history lesson. I always give her and the girls a daily history lesson. It's like something will come up, and I'm like, you know, historically, it's like this. And they laugh, and they've come to, I don't know if appreciate is the right term. I don't know if enjoy is the right term. But they have come to at least tolerate Drew's daily history.
I think I do a little bit of that at home. My
And-
wife would probably agree.
And
She doesn't listen, but I'll still tell her.
Amber's a couple days ago was on women's suffrage. And I was like, you know, when that first started, actually the majority of women were against women's suffrage.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now, people, pause for a second. If you are sitting here saying, how could any woman be for suffering of women? Women's suffrage was, as we would say today, would be women's right to vote.
Yeah.
However, here's the deal. The majority of women were against women's suffrage because the right to vote had other consequences tied to it, including the draft. There were no firehouses like we have today. It was all volunteer firefighters. You were instantly in the draft. You were instantly part of the volunteer firefighters. You had to put your life on the line if your country called, period. Most women didn't want that. And so they said, voting is a privilege. It is a very, very big thing. We want to be a part of that because we want to help shape the country. But we don't want to go die. We don't want to die in a fire, and we don't want to die in war. And so most women were against that until they lobbied to the point to where it became just for the right to vote, and they separated the rest of it.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know that.
there's your history lesson. And Amber's on here saying, we love it. We wait for it.
Lies.
Lies. Liar. I doubt it. No, they really do. She always laughs about it. She's always like, yeah, we do. We enjoy this. So, all right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, let's move on. Let's go.
Your next news
We got
story.
another story here, which I think is hilarious. I have said this for years. This is something that I loathe
Me too.
horribly. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. I titled this "How Soon is Too Soon," and how soon is too soon for Christmas music? Okay. I am the type of person that I am cool if we listen to Christmas music Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm fine with that. All of December, you're starting to push it a little bit. I can handle it. You start in November, I'm going to throat punch you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I am not into that.
Me neither.
And I have people already that are like, oh, we're starting the Christmas music. We're doing this. La, 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 la. For crying out loud. I live in Nampa, Idaho. They just put up the stinking Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet. The town tree is up. And guess what? They've always had this little block area, like a square, where that Christmas tree has always been.
Yeah.
They didn't put it there this year.
Oh,
They
no.
put it in the middle of the flipping street.
No way.
Dead serious. They blocked off the Historical Society building, which is our train depot. And they blocked an entire three-way intersection to put up a stinking Christmas tree. So this block on each one of these streets is closed.
Oh my God.
For a Christmas tree.
And it's not even Thanksgiving.
And it's not even Thanksgiving.
It's one of the toughest things, like being like in my position at the church.
Right.
I'm supposed to be like starting to add, Christmas related, and it's different because that's not, not necessarily the type of Christmas music you're going to hear when you go out to go shopping. So it's at least a little bit more enjoyable to listen to. Maybe. But, I'm supposed to be looking for music already, probably for December, and I haven't done it because, and this is a bad thing to admit, but I really don't like Christmas music that much.
I don't either.
And so it's tough.
I don't either, but I mean, that church has never done a lot of Christmas music.
No,
So
that's true. Well, we do we did some kind of cool stuff last year.
Yeah.
Like that Big Daddy Weave, O Come Emmanuel.
Yeah, I mean, rock it up a little bit or something. That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
all for that.
Yeah, we like it to be, it's acoustic, but
Yeah.
it's still we don't go all crazy. We do like Silent Night.
You should rock around the Christmas tree.
We won't do that song. That's for
should.
sure. But yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Alicia, she could turn on the Christmas music like right after Halloween. I'm like, please,
No.
please don't.
No.
I will leave.
No. Yeah. No.
I can't.
No. There are a few things I'll divorce for. That is one of them.
I won't go that far, but I would say I'll have violent tendencies.
But there is a reason for this. So let's get into this
Let's
article.
get into it.
If you are already listening to Christmas songs, we've got some bad news for you. The Halloween sweets have been eaten, and we've almost got the smell of fireworks night smoke out of our favorite jumpers. This is a UK thing. So anyway, love it or loathe it, that means that time has come that we can start talking very quietly about Christmas, even though we should be doing Thanksgiving. UK. Decorations have started appearing in shopping centers, and those heartwarming festive ads are on the TV or on the telly.
Yeah, Telly.
Telly. It actually says TV, but I'm saying telly.
Do it.
Telly. Many people also believe November means it is acceptable to listen to Christmas songs. You're wrong! You're bloody wrong!
They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Over
No,
there.
they don't. That is an American tradition.
Yep.
So, but they're wrong. Bloody wrong. But it turns out that listening to our favorite festive hits too much could actually be bad for your mental health. I've been saying it for years. This is just another one of those proof points. Listen to Drew.
I'm going to send this article to Alicia.
Crying out loud, people. So it's time to spare a thought for the people working in retail who will be forced to listen to the classics on constant loop for the next 2 months. You poor souls. Clinical psychologist Linda Blair told Sky News that listening to Christmas songs too much can stop you focusing on anything else. Said, quote, people working in shops at Christmas have to tune out Christmas music because if they don't, it really does stop you from being able to focus on anything else. You're simply spending all of your energy trying not to hear what you're hearing. And it's not just people in shops who can suffer if they listen to too much Mariah Carey. Victoria Williamson, PhD, who conducts research on the psychology of music at Goldsmiths, believes that listening to songs too early could ruin them for us on the day itself. And yes, it's true. more than like a week, and I'm dead. During an interview with the NBC News, she said listening to them too much could have a psychological impact known as the mere exposure effect. She said there's a U-shaped relationship between the amount of times we hear music that we like and our subsequent reaction to it. Put simply, it means that when we first hear our first Christmas songs we like it. Then we like it more and more after that. However, it hits a peak and boredom and annoyance kicks in. This means that while we love hearing All I Want for Christmas Is You, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I can't sing right now. Sorry, people. It's horrible. Get what you get and you don't throw a fit. We like hearing that song. Every time we walk into the supermarket now, it means it will ruin it when we should be feeling festive in December. So maybe it's the best to stick to your normal playlist for now until December at the very least.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. It's psychology, people. It's the physics of brains.
I agree. It's funny because I start to feel insane after hearing like 2 Christmas songs.
Absolutely. And Amber actually just commented in, which again, she's working in this field, or she's wrapping up her degree right now. So she's current in her studies with this. Mm-hmm. She says it's also a trigger for major depression. And it is.
I could see that.
It totally is a trigger.
Christmas isn't a happy time for everybody.
No, it's not.
And so you don't want to be thinking about it in early November.
No. You know what I want to think about in early November? How my belt is going to have to get out a little bit further.
Mine too.
I don't have much of a beach body. I've been confused for beach balls. But that's about it. That's the beach body I have.
My buddy Bryce says he calls it dad bod. He says it's in right now.
It is. It's totally in right now.
I'm like, all right, I'm down with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is so bad because Mila, poor Mila. I hope she's not listening. Amber, tell her to go away if she's listening. She was picked on, and she even started asking, why am I fat? I'm like, you're not fat. I mean, she's 10. Yeah. And she's not fat. She's not like your super skinny girl, but she is by no means fat. And even just a couple weeks ago, she was like, oh, I've got time. When I'm older, I'll get rid of it. And her mom and Amber and I are just laughing. We're like, it gets harder. Just if you don't like it, take care of it now because it doesn't get easier. It gets harder. And, don't make my mistake. This doesn't go away anymore. It's here to stay. Have you seen my beach ball? It's this big around. It looks like my tummy. On a plus note, though, I make a mean Santa Claus.
That's awesome. Dude. That's funny. Oh, man.
I can be jolly.
You're killing me.
I can be jolly. Give me a White Russian. I'm jolly.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'll be jolly.
Oh, man.
It'll be a great time.
Cody's asking me what state I'm in. I think he's literally going to mail us that.
Yes. Thank you, Cody. That is awesome.
We need to start a new slogan for the show. Make Drew's voice great again.
Hashtag make Drew talk.
Yeah. Hashtag make Drew talk again.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
Yeah, no, but I agree. I have to start spending some time listening to Christmas music so I can start to pick some songs for church. But one thing I was going to say is, this is a thing that Alicia and I talk about a lot, is I really don't like commercialized holidays.
No.
And it bugs me. And so I'm like, I'm all about Christmas. Like, I'm a Christian guy. I
like
want to celebrate.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like baby Jesus. I'm all about that.
You know what I like to do during Christmas time?
Huh.
I like to go to the mangers.
Yeah.
And move the wise men a couple like a ways away.
Yeah.
Because historically they weren't there for like 3 years. So they're going to be a while. Further away. They're further away than that. They're not there.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Did you?
I totally do though. Like last year, my mom had window
gosh.
decal ones, and I'm like peeling them off and moving them a couple windows over. Took her like a day to realize. She's like, Drew, what the crap did you do? I'm like, they weren't there yet.
historical stories right here. You're giving me a history lesson right now. Oh, that is amazing.
They weren't there.
Oh, they weren't. They weren't there yet.
Sorry. Love you, Mom.
Oh my gosh, that's classic.
Now you're gonna start. Doing
I'm gonna
it
start
too.
doing it now. That is amazing.
We're gonna start a revolution right here in Classless Chat.
Did you know that they somebody stole the baby Jesus from the Journey a couple years ago or last year?
No way.
Yeah,
I know
some-
they do it all the time at different places,
Yeah,
but that's ridiculous.
So the baby Jesus was gone.
Did you replace it with like
I don't
something
know.
Cool?
I can't remember what happened.
Like a Buzz Lightyear?
I know it made the news though.
Jesus saves you to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, I can't remember what news source. Some news crew came out and talked to Mike about it.
Seriously?
Yeah, and they're like, "What happened?" Mike's like, "It was gone." That's pretty much it.
Somebody needed some more Jesus in their life, and they took him.
Yeah, when my truck was broken into a couple weeks ago, I think it was. Did we talk about this last week?
I think we did. So I think it was last week or the week before. But
Yeah, I just left the truck unlocked, and
Dum 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 dum.
so they went through my whole console, which I keep my Bible in there.
Yeah.
And so, one of my Bibles, so it's sitting on the seat, and they opened it.
They left it?
Yeah, they left it. It's a nice Bible in a leather case.
Yeah.
But they opened the leather case, thinking I'm going to find money in here, and then they find a Bible, and I'm like, I'm kind of thinking like, I hope they found the Bible and then just felt guilty, and that's why they left my $100 Oakley glasses.
Maybe.
But they stole my wife's $100 Oakley glasses from her car.
Didn't even have to go fishing.
It drives me crazy.
Lose those. So my car, I've had my car broken into actually a couple times here at the house. That's why my lights are on all the time out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't had any problems since. In college, I had it broken into in the parking lot while I was at school.
Wow.
Busted the window out and everything. They came and got me from glass.
Oh.
You know what they stole?
Huh.
They stole a DVD-ROM drive and my Bible. That was it.
They stole your Bible.
They stole my Bible.
Well, I mean, I
I
guess
was like,
you can
well,
kinda
hopefully
go-
they get something out of it.
Yeah. How about? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hopefully they'll read it and go, oh, maybe I should return this. Yeah. That's brutal. I mean, I was kind of glad they didn't take my Bible. They spilled a coffee that I had left in there, like half a coffee, and spilled all over some papers I had. And I'm like, I get it. You're trying to find change in there, but that's why I leave my windows or my doors unlocked now, because it's like if they break my window to steal my $100 glasses, now I lost my $100 glasses
And your window.
and I have to go get my window replaced.
Yep.
And the window's a lot more than glasses.
Yeah.
I'd rather just leave the car unlocked and let them take what they want. Because if they take $100 pair of glasses, it's like, okay, whatever. I'll just go buy another pair of sunglasses. I break them anyway. I've got kids. They break them.
Right.
Most of the time my glasses are like $5 glasses from,
Yeah.
like I go to I buy the cheap aviators from Old Navy all the time.
Yeah, you
They're
do.
like $5.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you do.
yeah, my kids break them all the time.
Yeah.
So I bought, my wife and I went out and we finally bought like nice sunglasses, and hers got stolen, but they left mine.
Nice.
Anyway, that's irritating.
That is.
Yeah,
Maybe it was a girl that stole it. Or it was a guy shopping for stuff for his girl.
probably. Anyway, that was frustrating.
That's a good Christmas idea.
Sunglasses?
I'll take from the wealthy and give to the needy.
Well, and then someone got nailed over in Cunis
Not really.
breaking into cars.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm betting it's the same people.
Probably. Of course, you're pretty far from CUNA.
Yeah, I'm not that close to Cuna.
No, you're really not.
No. Anyway,
So, you know what? We don't have. Oh, we do have a storybook corner, but we don't have a music review. We don't have it.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I like to have stuff, but all the stuff that's been submitted has not been able to pass the quality assurance test. So, unfortunately, we do not have a song for this week on Classless Chat. However, if you would like to submit your single, go ahead and send that to us, classlesschat@gmail.com. Send us a link to it. The single, not the album, please.
Last
however-
week's was really good, so it's a letdown that we don't have more.
Right, last week's was really good. It wasn't Amber's cup of tea, but I liked it. You're not going to please everybody.
Nope.
Never are. However, I think this would be a very fun time to introduce a new segment that we are looking at changing in and out and doing this probably about once a month or so, depending on whether or not we get songs.
Nice.
So it is, and I need to create a new a bumper for this because I don't have a bumper for it. It's Dad Joke Challenge. So here's the thing. You tell me a dad joke, and you get a point if I laugh. I tell you a dad joke. I get a point if you laugh.
I'm not good at these.
Okay, you want me to start? I'll start.
Okay, you start.
What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay?
A bagel.
A bagel.
I laughed.
I know you
get
did.
a point.
Yeah, that's right.
I found a list of them. So
Oh,
I'm
okay, let's
cheating
see
now.
what you got.
So, what time did the man go to the dentist?
2:30.
Yep.
Did you hear the one about the guy who got his whole left side removed?
No.
He's all right now.
You're gonna get me with every one of these. I just love these types of jokes. My buddy, I know he's not listening, but this guy, Joey, I'm gonna have to tell him about this segment because he's got like so many, and they're all really
Have
good.
him send us stuff, man. This is good. All right, let's see. What you got? Another one?
Yeah. So a ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
Dun. What do you call two pigs playing tug of war?
I don't know.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork. Nice. Oh my gosh. Me. Dad, make me a sandwich. Dad, poof, your sandwich.
I love those. I do that all the time. Point for you.
Yeah.
Gets me every time. I love it.
Those are good. We need to tell my buddy Joey. He posts them like almost weekly.
That's awesome.
And they're all really good.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna have to bug him and tell him, hey man, you need to send us in some.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's kind of how we want to do this segment is instead of us telling each other them, we'd like to
wanna read.
We want to read them. And
However, it would be great if we can get a list and like we can get you some and we can get me some
yeah, we could read them back and forth.
and we can read them back and forth and see if we can get each other to laugh.
Yeah. I'll laugh for sure.
But like, what do you call a cow with no legs?
I don't know.
Ground beef.
Ground beef.
What do you call a bear with no teeth? Gummy bear.
A gummy bear. Nice. Do you remember that stand-up comedian I sent? I can't remember his name right now, so I can't give him credit. But he told that he's like a one-liner Tourette's guy.
Oh my gosh,
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's really funny. So he tells this joke and he says, if you cut off a chicken's head, it'll run around for a while before after it's dead.
Right.
If you cut off its leg, it will not.
Yeah.
So
Love
it's
that.
like,
Get off its legs.
it will not.
It will
Yeah.
not do that. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Yeah, that's bad.
That is awesome.
That guy's hilarious, but he does cuss way too much because he has
Wow.
Tourette's.
He does have Tourette's.
Yeah, but one of my favorite one-liner jokes that he says is he stops in the middle after he just cussed and did some of his ticks. He says he goes, "I'm my own heckler." Everybody
That
laughs.
was pretty good. I love there's a British guy, I can't remember his name, but he does like he has a stand up and he has an old tape recorder and he's playing songs and it's like the bad guesses on like song lyrics.
Yeah,
And I mean some of them are I can't say them because they're too bad.
too
But
bad,
they're
yeah.
hilarious. You'll have to look it up.
they're too classless for this show.
Yes. If there are children listening, yes.
Yeah.
Amber brings up a very good point, though, and I am surprised, and I'm thanking you, Amber, for commenting here into the chat room. I believe you did say you were not going to shave for No Shave November.
Yeah.
Whiskey Tango.
So I
Had
was
a meeting?
forced to.
You had a meeting.
No, we had pictures.
Oh, that's right.
I had to.
I'm the problem.
You are. I wasn't going to, but then we had pictures. So I had to shave at least around the goatee.
Yeah.
So I left the goatee.
You didn't get a haircut, though.
No, I didn't. It's starting to get pretty long.
I know.
Yeah, it's not good. This is about the longest it's been in 5 years.
Is it really?
Yeah, I've got it combed right now. It's a little fluffy.
Yeah.
You know, it gets like this when it's getting this long. It gets kind of fluffy and curly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's long right now. It's the longest it's been
Nice.
in years.
Mine was getting really long, and Amber's like, "You should get that cut." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know."
Alicia cuts mine.
I finally went and got it cut, and she was there. She's like, "I didn't realize how long it was until I saw it hit the floor."
Yeah.
And the bodies at the floor. And the bodies at the floor.
Have you seen the video of the guy of the 80-year-old man who does a cover of that for like The Voice or something?
No way. No,
Yeah,
I have
you
not.
need to find that. It's
Is it good?
It's pretty good. I don't think he gets sent on to the show, but it was pretty funny. I
awesome.
I laughed. I don't watch that show, but that was one of those things that popped up on my feed, and I was just laughing.
You're laughing. That's a good one.
It's pretty good. He was actually pretty funny.
That's good. I love it.
Yep.
Well, hey, you know what time it is?
Storybook Corner. Are you gonna make me read it?
I do believe it's time
It's-
for another
Oh,
delectable
let me refresh
tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner?
Say good boy. No, I could do this. I've got a fun voice for this. I don't have to even try a voice. I am a voice today.
Yeah, you are.
I could just do it.
I'm not saying I,
Hey,
but I do love this. Will this one work with pirate music?
it's going to.
Okay, sweet.
This is another one of those. Drew didn't read it.
I never read it until
So, right, and so it's like a total guess. I don't know. We'll find out if this is going to work. Let's just do it. Let's do it.
yeah.
This is Brothers and Sisters Troubles. That seems weird.
I wonder if it'll have anything to do with the title.
Yeah, it didn't last time. We'll know. Let's find out.
Yep.
My name is Elizabeth E. Franklin. I have smoked my whole life. No, I am exactly 12 years, 7 months, and 4 days old. That's right. Don't mock me. That's hateful. In school, I am best in English. Apparently not in writing. Life was perfect with my mom and dad until my brother came. He stole my parents away. His name was Elijah E. Franklin. He totally ruined my perfect life into a nightmare. He is 8 years, 6 months, and 3 days old. Wow, this person counts. He does best in math. Just yesterday, he made me so mad that I screamed. I had got a new iPod. I had left it on the couch for soccer practice. Elijah had stayed home because he was sick. With quotes, and so I'm air quoting sick. He had apparently got his hands on it. He had changed my list into the songs I hate. And he turned the volume as loud as it could go so that it would be booming. That just happened. That just happened. I am at the doctor's office. So goodbye.
I love kids' stories. They're the best.
I know. That just happened. That just bloody happened.
That was fantastic.
I'm now at the doctor's office. So goodbye.
Goodbye. That's a better ending than 1922.
It totally is. That actually would have been great. That would have been awesome. Like, yeah. It just happened. So I'm at the doctor's now, so I gotta stop writing. Goodbye. But I want to hear it like, what's the guy's name? I totally lost it. Wolverine. Hugh Jackman. I want to hear like Hugh Jackman's voice. I'm now at the doctor's office. So goodbye.
He's really good at erasing his accent when
He
acts.
is. But I want it with Australian accent. Like maybe Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
I love Australians.
I said, that's not a knife. And that just happened now. So I'm at the doctor's office. So goodbye.
Nice. That was a good story, though.
That was good. I liked it. I liked it.
Fantastic.
Oh, well, you know what? That is it for this week.
Yeah,
We made it. We made it in time. Your wife is not going to kill us for once.
for once.
For once. hour and a half, hour and 33 minutes on the video. We're at an hour and 17 minutes on the audio. So that's actually not bad. We did
Sorry I was out of it today.
really good. I am too.
Pretty tired.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I woke up and was like, I want to go back to bed.
I had like all kinds of bids come in at the end of the day, and I was like trying to jam them all out. It was just too much. So I was just wiped.
Trying not to make that dirty.
It's easy to do.
Trying really hard. It's almost like I'm a guy or something. I don't know what's going on here. It's like, da, 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 da.
It's a good thing the cameras are on and the microphones are on.
Can you imagine how bad this would be if this wasn't on video?
Oh,
I would be like signing to you and be like, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, it would be bad. You don't have to do much to get me to laugh, though. It's probably getting annoying at this point. Everyone just listens to me laugh. Half the episode is me just giggling at things that you say.
He's all right now. He's all right.
It's true. I try.
All right, so we did get some new. Here, I'm gonna steal one of these real fast. We did get some new cards in, which is kind of cool. So look for these around and about.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Oh, and we're doing Trading Places next week.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
movie review.
Movie review. Thank you.
1983.
Yes. Trading
Eddie
Places.
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, Dan
Very funny.
Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. I've always loved it. I wish Coming to America was on Netflix right now
Yeah.
because I would totally do that one too.
Yeah.
It was good. Golden Child.
Yeah. What was the other one that I said?
We did Big Trouble in Little China already.
Yeah, I know. Which
was
so
great.
good.
It was awesome.
That was the first time I'd seen it.
Oh, that's right. And it was on your birthday. The year it was made. Like it was
Yeah,
on,
it
made
came out on my birthday.
on your birthday. Yeah. Not made. It's not Spaceballs. It didn't come out on VHS while they were still filming it. I mean, come on. It's a new thing. It's how it's done. Which is always surprises me. Amber knows no Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
None of them.
My wife doesn't really.
She hated Young Frankenstein.
What?
Hated it.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. I'm like, okay. We got to educate you on some movies, some satire.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of satire. I'm like, you're with me. How this is satire.
Walking
The whole
satire.
thing, like right here. This is satire. Like, I'm supposed to represent a man. Oh, no.
I remember when I first met my wife, and then we were watching movies together, and she was like, she's into totally different movies than me. I'm like, hey, let's watch this Monty Python film.
Yes.
And she's like, not
Let's
interested.
watch Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah, she was more into that type of stuff.
Which I'm good with Harry Potter.
I'm okay with it too, but yeah, I would put on movies that no gal's gonna want to watch.
Like what?
Just like, Python movies and I'm trying to think like
Mars Attacks.
Princess Bride and
Yes. Girls like Princess Bride.
yeah, my wife's not into it. I put it on we have it on our Vudu account because it was like we had bought the film and it had the digital.
Yeah.
And so we got the free digital download. And so I'm like, okay, sweet. Now I'll get to watch this sometimes. Nope.
Never.
Nope. I put it on when she falls asleep, and I'll put it on, and then she'll wake up in the middle of the night and change it because she's not a fan. And it's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
It is good.
Anything, yeah. And like Blazing Saddles.
Oh my gosh. My birthday one year, one of the big movie theaters had Blazing Saddles for one night, and it was my birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the day. And so like my birthday party, I mean, I was like 25.
Yeah.
My birthday party was a giant group of us going and raiding Blazing Saddles. Because, I mean, crap, you're 25, and this was like 10, it wasn't even 10 years ago, 7 years ago. And so it's like, we weren't even alive when that movie came out.
Yeah.
So we never had a chance in theaters. So we're sitting there, we're going to watch that in theaters. And I love when people are like, it's racist. I got in an argument with my brother over this.
Yeah.
He's like, I will never watch Blazing Saddles. I give him a cool voice because I don't want him to beat me up too much. I will never watch Blazing Saddles again. It's racist. And I'm like, why is it racist? Because they're making fun of a black man. By making him the sheriff who saves a town that everyone hates at the beginning and then loves at the end, showing that racism is a crock.
Yeah.
and that people shouldn't be racist. The whole point of this is to actually make fun of racism and say that it's stupid.
Yeah.
That's not good. And he turns around, and I'm trying to remember what show he was saying. He's like, oh, I do. He's like, kid, you got to watch Breaking Bad. You're going to love it. And I'm like, so Blazing Saddles, the movie that makes fun of racists, is racist, and you'll never watch it. But a guy who makes meth and kills people, that's cool.
I never saw that show.
I didn't either, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just not gonna argue because
I do like the main actor in that movie though. He's played some good stuff.
he has.
Or that show. I mean, what's his name? I can't remember.
That one
Cranston. Can't remember his. But he was like Malcolm's dad.
guy. Yeah. Oh, he was. He was Malcolm's dad and Malcolm in the Middle. That's right.
He's done some good stuff though.
Yeah,
he
he has.
He did a really good job in that show.
Yes.
I actually do appreciate his acting.
I do too. It was just one of those things that I thought I was bewildered by that. Like, making fun of racists is racist,
Yeah.
but making methamphetamine and killing people is cool. All right. I don't get it. It's because I'm white, I'm sure.
I don't judge what anybody watches because I watch stuff like Game of Thrones.
I know we watch
stuff like that.
We watch crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I watch Star Trek.
It's probably Star Trek.
Amber makes fun of me on that. She's like, I don't like Star Trek, and I'm like, Trek.
Trek.
It's an E.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
You deserve to be told to shut up for that.
Do I though?
Better be careful. You're wearing a red shirt.
So it hides the blood.
You're gonna get red shirted.
Oh my gosh. That's so true. I didn't even think about it until right now. You suck. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions or comments, or if you would like to submit a story from your grade schooler, or if you would like to submit a link to your single of your band, email us at classlesschat@gmail.com. Also, if you have some good dad jokes, go ahead and email us at classlesschat.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter or Facebook at ClasslessChat, and you can also do a hashtag. Let's do hashtag dad jokes.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do hashtag dad jokes, and we'll take a look at those as well.
We may do a contest at some point.
We do. Oh, hey, can you grab? I got a paper in that printer right there. Can you grab that really fast? I wanted to do a quick shout out. A couple of the reviews that we have received. Oh, look at that, an insurance card. Hey, that's not the paper I was looking for. It's not the paper you're looking for. I want to do a couple shout outs here, not necessarily to the people, but some of the reviews that we're actually getting on like iTunes. I want to say thank you for people who are subscribing to the show, liking it, and letting us know and reviewing. It really does a lot if you guys leave a review for us. So give us a 5-star and leave us a review.
Yes,
we
please.
would love it. Black and Silver Mike says, I love the show. These guys are fantastically funny. I laugh the whole time I listen. If you're not listening yet, you're missing one of the best shows online. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Mr. Mark 311 says, I work long hours in my own production shop and love massing time listening to these two chew the rag on topics like colonoscopies. That was a fun episode. I know when this was. Twinkies and old and current movies. Makes me not feel so old, and I find myself laughing not only on the inside, but on the outside too. And you have to be intrigued by two guys who brand themselves with Mr. Potato Head caricatures. That's so true. You really do. So, hey, thank you so much. There's more up there, but, I didn't want to go through and just do a bunch of them. Thank you so much. But go ahead, find us. We are on iTunes. We're on Google Play Music. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, and basically anywhere that you can get a podcast. Check us out. We're also on YouTube, so you can find us there for the live streaming, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch all of the shows after, I think, episode 9 on. They're all live streamed and then up there on YouTube. And if you find that you have $1 a month, did you know, Anthony? Did you know for as little as $1 a month, you can share the gift and the curing power of laughter with someone just about anywhere on planet Earth?
I did know that.
We are here to help. That is what we do.
Yes.
I don't like to think of myself as a miracle worker. I've been told I am.
I would agree.
But if you have $1 a month or $5 a month or something like that, just burning a hole in your pocket, and you wanna send that off and maybe help some people have a good laugh at the same time, we'd love for you to send that our direction. And that, because it takes a lot of money to host this stuff, to have and run the equipment, maintain the equipment, and do everything else. But mainly the time consuming getting into this, building the show, having everything run, and all of the hosting and everything. It really does take quite a bit. So even $1 a month helps a ton. We would love you long time. You can hit us up there at patreon.com/ClasslessChat. So thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. Peace out.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Anthony. Listen again next time. You never know what these two are gonna say.